Welcome to Financial Focus, brought to you by GulfCoast Financial Services founder and CEO, John Kuykendall. John and his team of financial, legal, and tax professionals have been providing North Florida savers and investors sound, comprehensive financial guidance for over 30 years, helping you to achieve important life and planning goals. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more Financial Focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net.
And welcome into the program. This is Financial Focus, brought to you by the best of the best in financial services, as named by the readers of the Lake City Reporter. 9 straight years, consecutive years, and running, folks. They are the team from GulfCoast Financial Services. They have been serving proactive North Central Florida savers and investors for more than 31 years. And the founder and CEO, John Kuykendall, is here with us, as always, providing some great guidance and insight on what we need to be doing or thinking about or paying attention to with our money. And today, John wanted to talk about trading. There are a lot more people out there that are individually opening investment accounts and managing it themselves and doing some trading. What are your thoughts on this increasingly common method of managing money?
Well, Peter, I think it's an evolution. People have wanted to trade in the market when the market's up forever. And over time, tools have improved. We've got better internet. We've got more instant response. Trading is fairly inexpensive, except for your losses, and hopefully you've got some gains to offset those. But it doesn't cost a lot now to trade. Some places are free. So if you're not using an advisor, then you can get into this business pretty quickly with zero cost. And all you really need is a computer and an account and your own line, and go for it. But it's always been a complicated game. I always think back to the fact that back in the day, probably I guess it was about 2000 when the market was going crazy and the NASDAQ had gone to 5,000 and everybody just, we had Dow 30,000 from Harry Dent. The Bell South, they did away with trading in their 401ks because all the employees were spending so much time looking at their computers that they weren't getting any work done. So they limited it to 5 trades per month. And so, but it's kind of interesting because that's what you do. You're glued to the computer. And I've always said that, Americans are interesting people. We love winners and we hate losers. And so when we end up losing money in a stock, we tend to keep it because we think it's going to come back and we're going to make money. And, as it turns out, we probably lose more and more, and we should have gotten rid of it in the first place. So if you're going to trade, you need to have some discipline, Peter, which a lot of people don't have.
Well, I've heard it called the fun money account or play money account. So we're definitely segregating that from what our true intended long-term time horizon retirement account probably should be. But I like how you mentioned it very subtly there, John. Everybody wants to be a trader when the market's going up. When the market's going down, not as popular. But it does seem like it is easier, and with all of the information out there on social media videos and tutorials, they make it look like it's just as easy as can be to make money in the market. It's really not that easy. But the Dalbar Institute does research on investor behavior and investor results. And for about the past 35 years, they've shown pretty consistently that tried and true kind of plan with the help of an investment advisor actually outperforms individual investors trying to do it themselves, correct?
Correct. I mean, the average investor doesn't make that much money. I mean, you've got to understand that, like I said, we're emotional, we're human. And so we want to make money. So when the market's up and things are going along, we're great. But then when the market starts going down, or we have a couple of weeks where the market goes down, people panic and they sell at the wrong time. They buy at the wrong time. What the advisor does is try to bring a little bit of discipline and a little bit of calm to the market situation. You hit it on the head, Peter, when you said the information that we're given out there. Every day you're getting emails or you're getting something telling you to buy this, sell this. I get text messages, buy this stock, sell this stock. And it's daunting, the amount of information that we as Americans get every day on the stock market, which is a very glamorous thing. But at the same time, you can lose a lot of money. I like when you said fund money, and that's the way several of our clients do that. They have a little fund account and they trade that way, but it's not their retirement account. It's not their life savings they're putting in the market. They're just gambling a little bit that they're going to be able to make money.
Well, in full disclosure, I've got my own fund money account, John, and I do think of it kind of like Vegas money. I go in with a certain amount that I'm willing to lose. That's my budget. And if it gets to a certain amount of gains, I also get to a point where, well, now this is more money than I'm really comfortable losing, and I take some of it off of the table. And that's kind of the way I would think of going into a casino. It's the way I think of that fund money account.
Right. But it's hard for people to take money out.
Yeah.
You got that winner and it's running. I always think back to the guy that when Barnett Bank got acquired by Bank of America here in Florida, a good friend of mine had quite a bit of Barnett Bank stock. And so it got converted to Bank of America. Bank of America started running. And pretty soon his stock was worth almost $1 million. And I told him, I said, look, we need to sell part of that stock and diversify you a little bit. We don't need to sell all of it. Oh, no, it's going to go up to 120. I can't sell it. Stock was trading at about 80 then. Well, before long, the stock's trading at 60, 55, 60, and he had lost a lot of the gain that he had made because he didn't know when to get out.
Easy come, easy go.
Greed. You can't be greedy in the stock market. The stock market is going to take more than it gives you if you're not careful. And so we have to have some kind of discipline. Discipline is the key.
Well, John, let's say we are going to open a trading account, one of those wild fund money kind of accounts. Is there a specific kind of account that we should consider doing this in, or what are the pros or cons of the different options that are available? Can you walk us through that?
Well, sure, Peter. Of course, we can do an IRA, a qualified account, IRA, Roth IRA, and trade in it. If we do a Roth IRA, then we're trading and the gains are free because we don't pay taxes on that Roth IRA. That's probably the most advantageous way to trade if you have an account that has money built up in a Roth IRA. You can have a regular IRA or which is a rollover IRA from your 401, and you can trade in it. And it's just the gains are tax deferred. You pay taxes later, but you don't pay taxes now. Or you can have a non-qualified account, which is probably the easiest because I can take $15,000 or $20,000, open a non-qualified account, simple application, do it online, and then I can trade. But the problem is, Peter, is that my gains are going to be taxed that year. And as that account grows, and if I have a lot of money in it, it's going to create some huge tax problems for me as I go forward. So the best account is, of course, the Roth. Next best is the IRA.
So when you said it's the easiest, it's the easiest to open because there are not restrictions or limitations. But with that non-qualified, non-retirement kind of just investment account, it sounds like there's actually some more considerations and complications potentially, especially from a tax standpoint.
Well, certainly, I'm going to get taxed every year on my gains. But the problem is, if I'm a senior, it could affect my Social Security, my Medicare. There are a lot of things that we have to worry about tax-wise. If you're a younger person, it's just that's going to be added to your taxes, whatever you made this year. You're going to get large printouts of all the trades. You got to list all those or show an exhibit of where you bought, where you sold, what your cost was, and whether you had a gain or loss. There's just a lot more accounting that has to be done that we don't have to do if we use a qualified IRA or Roth IRA.
And you mentioned a little earlier how if you've got some gains, maybe you could wash them against some losses. That would be something of a consideration in the non-qualified trading account where it wouldn't even be necessary in the qualified IRA or Roth IRA.
Correct. I mean, if I've got gains and for the year, and I've got losses in my portfolio, I can sell those losses, and I offset them against my gains, which I would need to do. But as you said, in the qualified account, I don't really need to do that because I'm not reporting that. It's either tax-free or tax-deferred. So I don't have to show that. I don't have to keep up with my trades. It's a lot easier to do that with a qualified account.
Some people might be surprised by the amount of taxes due and even just the amount of reporting that's required with trading inside of that non-qualified account, John.
Well, that's right. But don't forget, Peter, if I'm trading, then that means that I'm moving the trade in and out probably multiple times during the year. So that's all ordinary income. It's not capital gains. And so it's going to be taxed at my ordinary income rate. So not only the accounting part of it, keeping track of all those trades, but also just the tax problem is certainly something you need to think about. It's easy to set it up and it's easy to do it. It just may not be easy to do the accounting part.
Yeah, big difference in the tax rates. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. And long-term versus short-term gains inside of that non-qualified trading account, John, very different implications.
Oh yeah, Peter, it's there night and day. And so if I had to do it in what I do with my own self, like my own account, is I use my Roth IRA for my trading account. But now, the thing of it is, Peter, is that you're going to get you're signed up for these newsletters. Everybody I know that does this, that has a small trading account, they sign up for these newsletters because they've got somebody out there that's supposedly a guru and an expert, and he's made 1,500% in the market last week or something. You're going to be getting multiple notices, and you got to be disciplined to do the trades. So when they say buy, you buy. When they say sell, you sell. And so it takes a certain amount of discipline, and it takes time. You have to be able to have the time to monitor the account. It's not something you can just put in the drawer and not watch. You have to watch those accounts where you're trading.
For your long-term progress toward your financial and retirement goals, John, probably the tried and true tested method using the help of an investment professional, qualified and experienced, will provide benefits over time. But if you do want to try trading, there are certainly some things that you should know first.
Well, Peter, the average investor over a period of time makes about 3.8%. While the market's done 10, it's because the average investor just doesn't have the discipline to do it. So with an advisor, you're going to do a lot better job. I think it's going to be easier on you. You got somebody else pulling the trigger and taking the emotion out of it. And so we don't trade our customers' accounts. We use them a long-term approach because we need more money in retirement. There is no way in the world that I'm going to tell you when you come in that you're going to need less money in retirement than you're making now. It's a proven fact. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I know that it costs more now than it did 5 years ago at the grocery store.
Well, citing those statistics from more than 30 years of the Dalbar Institute's research study on investor behavior and investor results, ladies and gentlemen, you will benefit from the help and assistance of an experienced, qualified professional with your financial progress. And John Kuykendall and the team there from GulfCoast Financial Services certainly fit that bill. 9 straight years in running, voted best of the best in financial services by the readers of the Lake City Reporter. More than 31 years of helping North Central Florida savers and investors formulate the plan, work the money to achieve your financial goals, ladies and gentlemen. Pick up the phone, give them a call, 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. 386-755-9018, or you can visit GulfCoastFinancial.net, GulfCoastFinancial.net. And John, I know that you've got at least a handful of clients there with some fun money accounts. Do they ever call you with questions about those?
Well, every once in a while they ask me about a stock or something, and I'll look it up and tell them what the ratings are. But, I never make a recommendation. It's up to them. It's their call. It's their money. I get paid to do something else, Peter.
Indeed. Well, we appreciate the time. We appreciate the insight, because this is sort of a growing accessibility to trading on an individual level. The cost has come down, the access has become more prevalent, but there are certainly some factors that you need to be aware of, ladies and gentlemen. Pros, cons, benefits, disadvantages. It's simply one option, but perhaps not the option to utilize for your total planning purposes. So give John Kuykendall and his team a call. They can help you formulate the plan. They can put that plan together. They can help you execute, implement, and continue monitoring the plan into and throughout retirement. That is their job and what they are there for, with the financially focused written retirement income plan. Again, 386-755-9018 if you'd like to get that put together or review and evaluate your tools, accounts, investments, and your total plan. And then, John, Retirement is Not for Wimps, the new book, due out anytime. We are very excited about this, and we're looking forward to the release of Retirement is Not for Wimps.
Yeah, Peter, I'm looking forward to that. I hope we can get it out pretty soon. I think it's going to be a great book for people who are nearing retirement or want to retire, for them to understand some of the things that we've gone through that went before them. So I'm really excited about that book.
We look forward to it as well. We'll get the release date out as soon as we know and can confirm what that is, ladies and gentlemen, but it is in the very near future, and you can go to the website, GulfCoastFinancial.net, and we'll put a place up there for some pre-orders if you would like to get your book as soon as it is released. Looking forward to it, John. Always a pleasure. Thank you for being here on Financial Focus.
Thank you, Peter. Have a good week.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more Financial Focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature, not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes. John Kuykendall is registered with and securities are offered through Kovac Securities, Inc., member FINRA SIPC, found online at www.kovacsecurities.com. Advisory services are offered through Gulf Coast Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor in Florida. Gulf Coast Financial Services, Inc. is not affiliated with Kovac Securities, Inc. or Kovac Advisors, Inc. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All investing involves risk. Investment decisions should be based on your own goals, time horizon, and tolerance for risk. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions and/or applicable laws, the content may no longer be reflective of current opinions or positions.